Insanity. Take a good look at this. Does this look humane? Does this look orderly? Does this look controlled to you? Does this look like a way you should handle your southern border? This is in Texas. This drone footage, captured by a reporter who could not get any closer to the scene, shows at least 1,000 illegal immigrants in one border crossing area near the Rio Grande. There are many, many, many hundreds of places where you can cross between Mexico and Texas, and this is one of them. You see a handful of porta potties out here, and you see these folks being treated in the most inhumane of ways. Well, where are they going from here? Are they going back to Mexico or Guatemala or Honduras or Haiti or whatever their nation of origin? No. No, that's not where they're going at all. And wait until you see some of the details I have for you in this video today. This is stunning footage, and here's the comment along with it. This is the largest group of migrants we've ever seen being held by Border Patrol under a bridge in Mission, Texas. Looks like it could be up to 1,000 people. We can only get a look at the area with our drone. There's a popular Rio Grande crossing area nearby. I think 1,000 might even be lowballing it. Listen to this. Here's some numbers for you from Bill Milligan in Fox, Los Angeles. Per Department of Homeland Security sources, local Border Patrol stations in the McAllen, Texas, are currently 585% over capacity. Think about that for a second. Imagine a stadium at 100% capacity. And now put almost 6 times more people in the stadium. Over 585% over capacity. But don't worry, we're doing this in an orderly way, we're doing this in a controlled way, and we're doing this in a humane way along the border. Griff Jenkins reports there were more than 8,000 apprehensions in the Rio Grande Valley over the weekend. 8,000 just over the weekend, and more than 3,000 in the last 24 hours. We're looking at upwards of 100 to 120,000 people illegally crossing the southern border in this last month alone. Here is Julio Rosas. He says, I've seen Border Patrol's processing site underneath the bridge in Mission, Texas, off and on since March. I can say this is the most illegal immigrants I've seen at the site at one time. It's close to 100 degrees out now. You see those buses? Those buses that are hidden behind me here will come into play in just a moment. So stick with me. Here we go. And you see another shot here a little bit closer, but these reporters are being barred from going too close to the site. Now, this representative from the 28th Congressional District of Texas can get closer. It looks like you're staring back at a music festival crowd. There are a lot of people here underneath this bridge. Though it does appear some of them are wearing masks, it is an inhumane situation for treating people. But they're bringing these folks into the country, not sending them back where they came from. New video shows nearly 1,000 illegal immigrants being held by Border Patrol agents under a bridge near the southern border in Texas, with the top Republican calling it an absolute catastrophe as the Biden administration continues to take heat for the escalating migrant crisis. Crisis? What crisis? We were just told in June, at the end of June, by Kamala Harris, the vice president, who was tasked to deal with this, but if I'm honest, doesn't seem super excited about dealing with this. Name one effective thing that she's done so far after being the point person for the southern border.
In 5 months, we've made progress.
Progress.
There's still much more work to be done, but we've made progress.
We've made progress. Does that look to you like any progress has been made? Is this a sign of progress right here? I guess we have a different gauge on what progress is. Or maybe you don't. Hit me up in the comments below. Let me know what you think about that. Let's go back to May of this year. The Department of Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas, he is talking about the situation on the southern border. This was the last time there were huge groups of people arriving, and he said the border's closed.
Hey, Secretary Mayorkas, we have cameras today in Texas that are showing humongous groups of dozens or hundreds of migrants walking right into the country. So I'm curious what you meant last week when you said the border is closed.
What I meant is precisely that. The border is closed.
Is it though?
We are expelling single adults and families under the Title 42 authority that rests with the Center for Disease Control.
Are you though?
We decided as an administration, in furtherance of the president's direction, to administer our immigration laws of this country in an orderly and safe and humane way.
Orderly, safe, and humane. Orderly, safe, and humane. I bring you back once again to this footage. Does it look, let me know, orderly, safe, and humane? It just honestly doesn't to me. No, I'll punch whatever side I have to when it comes down to the politics of it all. But I have to take issue with simple honesty and addressing situations in the right way. It's not orderly, it's not humane, and it's not controlled, and it's absolutely out of control at this moment. Let's go to some more footage of what's happening. Here is Bill in Fox LA back with, he says, all morning long, we've watched Border Patrol drop off multiple busloads of migrants at a Catholic charity in downtown McAllen, Texas, where they're given food and shelter before they take buses and flights across the United States. Buses arrive every 30 minutes so far. So those people from under the bridge, they take them over group by group on these buses. They bring them into this line, and they bring them into this Catholic charity. You can see them moving them in here. One after another, they roll in. They won't answer any questions about testing rates of these folks, but they go into the charity and they're given everything they need to get to whatever location they'd like to in the United States of America. If you've been following my videos, this part isn't new to you. You've seen some of this. If you haven't, well, this is one reason why you should follow along, because you can stay up to date on things. Hit that follow button on Facebook.com/TheNewsJunkie or subscribe on YouTube.com/TheNewsJunkie. This is from Fox LA continued. I asked the executive director of the Catholic Charities of the Rio Grande Valley. That is the church at the center of all this. These people come to the border, they're put on buses, they're brought to the Catholic Charities of the Rio Grande Valley, and your tax dollars, in many cases, go to sending them all over in the United States to stay. They're supposed to show up for court appearances and stuff like that sometimes afterwards, and in many cases, they absolutely don't do that. So they asked how many COVID-positive migrants they are currently housing in local hotels. They said, I've been advised not to comment, which means the truth is actually bad. Like, this is a mess, and we're just going to keep doing it because this is what we do around here. Here is the charity. This is it. Catholic Charities RGV Humanitarian Respite Center, which is not really a charity. It's simply, under the guise of human dignity and restoring human dignity, brings in illegal immigrants and funnels them over to all areas of the country. This has been going on for quite some time. And here you see a story from Border Report, and they say after years of trying to get millions in reimbursement funds, they have finally got some. This was back in 2019. In South Texas, the National Board of the Emergency Food and Shelter Program will distribute a little over $700,000 in nonprofits, or two nonprofits in Hidalgo County, which has been at the epicenter of a migrant surge since 2014. That includes $601,000 to the Catholic Charities of the Rio Grande Valley. They give Texas money, taxpayer money, to these places to operate this way. And that's only just a little bite of the actual funding that these folks got. There's other groups that fund them and people who are activists that fund them. And they're not alone. I mean, this situation is not even unique under this bridge in Mission, Texas. Here is another group, they said, of about 200 people in another spot in Texas. You see them? Once again, they're just like off to the side of the road in the middle of the night, no cover, no nothing. In many cases, no food or medicine. And instead of sending them back or trying to get them stopped at the other side of the Mexican border and return them to their homes, they now stay out here and they wait for one of those buses to come by and bring them to that very same Catholic charity and bring them right into the United States of America. I'm all for immigration. I don't know how you feel about this issue, but I'm also all for being respectful and humane to you, to individuals and human beings. And the best way to handle this is to both secure the southern border and to also simultaneously bring in the best and brightest and the most in need that we can. And this is the biggest sign I've ever seen that we are doing this in an inefficient, inhumane, and unacceptable way. But tell me what you think when you see a video like this. Let me know in the comments below. I'll read them. I always do. No matter what your thoughts are, I'm interested to see what is on your mind. Also, if you're new here, hit that share button to spread the word and send this video around to your friends and get more of a conversation going. Get videos just like this every day by hitting follow over at facebook.com/thenewsjunkie. You could also subscribe at youtube.com/thenewsjunkie. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it as always. We'll talk to you again real soon.